What's up, YouTube? This is me, Asian Dave, aka Fanatical for Jesus, aka Dog Way, aka David Chu. I want to make a video about a very controversial topic that I know will probably piss off a lot of SJWs. And that topic is analyzing the mind of the SJW. The SJW, like, as you all know, I was once an SJW myself. And so I understand the mindset of the SJW, like probably better than most people who were never SJWs. And so first off, the first thing I would like to mention that they live off of is they have they live in a constant state of victimhood. That's what they are. They live in a constant state of victimhood, and they're in their mind they're always being oppressed by the evil white man or the patriarchy or whatever. Like, it's mainly the evil white man or the patriarchy. Like, they or they're being oppressed because of their sexual orientation or them being transgender. Like, they're always being oppressed, and they look at life wearing victimhood sunglasses. That's what they do. Everything they see in life is something that's victimizing them, and like they just they live with this constant threat. They live under the constant threat that the evil white man or the patriarchy or whatever is like they turn white supremacy into a boogeyman. That's what they do. Like, they're so afraid of white supremacists that they turn white supremacy. It becomes like it's almost as if it's their boogeyman. That's their biggest fear, is white supremacy. And in their mind, everywhere they look is white supremacy. So they can, it's amazing how SJWs think they can live a normal life with this fear that white supremacy is all around them, and that they're gonna be overtaken by this white supremacist country that's trying to control them and brainwash them. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, I'm glad for one that God pulled me away from being an SJW. Um, they another thing that they focus a lot on is, like, they have hold on, let me see. They have a couple agendas that they go off of. One is fuck white people. Like, that's their constant narrative. Fuck white people. Fuck the cops. Yeah, fuck white people. Fuck the cops. And fuck conservatives. Like, those are the three things those three agendas that dictate how they operate in their lives. They say fuck white people, fuck the cops, and fuck conservatives. If you can remember these three things, anytime you interact with the SJW, just remember those three things in your mind. That their narrative is fuck white people, fuck the cops, and fuck conservatives. And, like, that's pretty much what they want. They'll say, oh no, we don't say fuck white people. No, they won't actually blatantly say fuck white people, but by the stuff they promote and the stuff that they stand for, they're essentially saying fuck white people and fuck cops and fuck conservatives. They can't stand conservatives. They can't stand the cops. They can't stand um they can't stand white people in general. Like, and I admit, like, when I was at SJW, I said some very inflammatory things about white people, and I'm ashamed of it now. But, like, I feel ashamed of the horrible things I said about white people. But as you know, I was under the spell of being woke, which woke is really just another word for anti-white racism. That's all it is. Like that's all it's about. Like SJWs are very anti-white. It's not reverse racism because there's no such thing as reverse racism. It's just anti-white racism, and like they're very much against white people. They can't. They hold white people up on a pedestal. Like they hate. Okay, it doesn't make any sense because like they hate white people on the one hand, and on the other hand, they hold white people up on a pedestal. And like, because I mean, in order for them to say that white supremacy exists, they're essentially admitting that they believe white people are superior to them. And the thing is, what brought me out of being an SJW was I eventually realized white people aren't superior to me. No one is superior to me. And that's what brought me out of being a SJW. And it was also thanks to people like Vape Time and um, Atheism-Is-Unstoppable and Steven Crowder. But other than that, other than them watching their videos, I realized that by me saying that white supremacy was a thing, I was essentially admitting in my mind that white people are superior to any other race. And I'm not willing to admit that anymore because that's not true. But no race is above any other race. And it's just ridiculous to think that to think that your race is more superior. And like the thing about white supremacists, the the white supremacists in this country, like the KKK, neo Nazis, they're such a small fringe group that do not they do not um they do not make any kind of significance in this country at all. There's small fringe groups that are pretty much irrelevant to society, but the SJWs, they need white supremacy to be alive. They need it to be alive, and in order for them to keep it alive, they put up this boogeyman, what called white supremacy, and they try and make it into a bigger issue than it actually is. There is no white supremacist power structure. And I know as a SJW, I believe that there was a white supremacist power structure, but I was drinking the Kool-Aid, as you could say. Like yeah, it was very it was wrong of me to say that stuff. And like I know like SJWs need to get this. Any SJWs that come across my video that watch this, get this through your heads. There is no white supremacist power structure. There is no patriarchy. They do not exist. And I know this is just going to go in one ear and out the other to SJWs. But I hope that there is a SJW out there who will listen to me and take this to heart. Like, stop playing the victim. Like, it's just, it's ridiculous the victimhood mentality that permeates the SJW mind. They're constantly saying they're the victim. They constantly are. They're constantly living in fear of the white man or of the patriarchy. And it's completely ridiculous. Like, um, another thing that they talk about a lot. Well, I know uh, the leaders of the SJW movement, people like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and the NAACP, like they don't really care about the SJW or their communities. Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and NAACP, they're making money off of off of off of minorities' victimhood mentality, and that's why us conservatives call Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and um the NAACP, we call them race hustlers because that's what they're doing. They're hustling by using race. Like they're taking advantage of minorities' victimhood mentality and making money off of it. They're making a profit off of it, and it's absolutely ridiculous. It really is. Like I wish that people would just, I wish that more minorities like myself would wake up. Like I know it's ironic that they call themselves woke, but they're not really woke. They're really sleepy. That's what they are. They're sleeping, and they're just letting the Democratic Party do the thinking for them. They're letting the NAACP do their thinking for them. They're letting the Al Sharpton and Jesse Jacksons of the world do their thinking for them. They're letting the Black Lives Matter people do their thinking for them. And instead of actually waking up and realizing that, no, these people don't care about me, I'm going to be more self sufficient and I'm going to take care of myself. And I'm gonna leave off the Democratic plantation, because that's what the Democratic Party is. The Democratic Party is a plantation. And those of you that are still stuck on the plantation, it's time for you to get the hell off of it. Like, um, anyways, I got way off topic. About the SJWs, like, I don't know, they're just solely about victimhood. Like they're solely about a victimhood mentality. And like, um, yeah, they're just, it's just sad. Like, I remember when I was at SJW, I um I used to want there to be segregation. I wanted there to be segregation. I wanted there to be segregation between people of color and white people. I wanted all people of color to be to themselves and white people to be by themselves. Like, uh, now looking back on it, that's absolutely foolish. Like that's not what the founding fathers would have wanted, and it's just ridiculous to try and advocate for segregation amongst the races. Like it's just ridiculous. Like, but I thankfully I was the only SJW that I know of that said that. I mean, there might be another SJW that said that, but then I'm not aware of that. But like I took it to the extreme. When I was at SJW, I went that far to the extreme, and it's just ridiculous. Like SJWs for the most part. I mean, I know the leader of the Black Lives Matter movement, that I don't know if it was, I don't remember if it was a woman or a man, but they made a list of things that they wanted white people to do and to help race relations. And what the number one thing that they put on their list was they wanted white families to give up their homes and give their homes to a black to a underprivileged black family. And that's the other thing that's the matter with SJWs is they want everything that white people have. Everything that white people have, like SJWs want all of it. They covet. They're like they covet what their neighbor has. If they see a white person with a nice car, well, the SJW wants a nice car just like that white person. But they don't want to work for the same stuff that white people have. They want this stuff to just be handed to them. Like SJWs are really big on handouts. They just want certain things handed down to them instead of actually working hard for what they get. They want things handed down to them. That's why they advocate for things such as um, affirmative action, yeah, such as things such as affirmative action and all kinds of ridiculous stuff because they want things handed down to them, and they don't want to work hard for what they get or what they have. They just want things. They want free housing. They want not free housing. They want access to free health care. They want access to um low income housing. Like that, they don't want. They just want these things handed to them. They want free phones. Free phones. Like, what the heck? Like they want a free phone. They want something they could talk to all night long. So they could talk to their boyfriend and girlfriend all night long on a free cell phone that they didn't have to work for. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like so that's the thing. They want things to be handed down to them. They want to say fuck cops, fuck conservatives, and fuck white people altogether. And um they want to live in a constant victim mentality. And it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, oh man, like it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, they should not. Like, I feel like SJWs, if they continue growing as big as they have grown, they're gonna end up destroying this country. And that's like, I mean, I have a feeling that there's probably gonna be a second world, or not world war, a second civil war. Like if SJWs continue growing as large as they're growing, like SJWs, like they're not good for society. They're not good for any society, and they're not good for you can't talk to an SJW because there's no reasoning with them. Um, yeah, I mean that's why if you piss them off, the SJWs believe strongly in censorship. Like if you say something that they don't like, then they're gonna censor you because they don't want they're gonna drown you out. They don't want to hear what you have to say, and um they just want you to listen to what they have to say, but they don't want to hear what you have to say. And yeah, I mean, if you're an SJW and you're watching this video and you do let other people talk and you listen to what other people have to say, then good for you. That's awesome that you're like that. But most of the SJWs that I have personally come in contact with and that I have seen on YouTube, they will censor you in a heartbeat because they don't want to hear opposing viewpoints. So like that's how I feel about it. Like that's not how I feel about it. That's what I've noticed going on with the SJW community. And um yeah, so that's all I have to say about that. It's 5:21 in the morning now. I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit of sleep because I'm tired. But I had to make this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And as always, don't forget to rate and subscribe. You know you love looking at my sexy ass face anyway. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you ring the little bell on the side so you can be notified of whenever I upload a new video. Alright, have a good night. God bless you and deuces.